How's it going, everybody? Destauch here. And today we're going to be talking about something a little bit more serious about why I think they should delay Halo Infinite. Not just for the game itself, but also for the developers. So let's get into this. Now, you've probably heard of the Glassdoor reviews being left by 343 employees. And while that's why I'm making this video, I don't want you to go to those reviews and think, yeah, this is what's happening at the studio, because a lot of those reviews being left could have been employees that were just disgruntled, angry about their job, maybe they got fired or laid off, and there's a lot of reasons why they could be listing various very negative things about 343. So I don't think it's fair to use that as a way to see what it's like in the studio. I think that it may not be as bad as they say in those reviews, or it could be. But either way, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the development of Halo Infinite. And from what I see, they need to delay this game. Now, even though they've had 5 years, there have been, delays, there have been, in-studio reasons, probably like their redesign of the plot because people didn't like the plot of Halo 5, so they had to, redesign the plot of Halo Infinite. So they've had 5 years, but that doesn't mean that the game's going to be perfect and it doesn't need delays. I think this game desperately needs a delay from a graphical standpoint, and perhaps even a gameplay standpoint. We've only seen a very small section of the game, and I just want to make sure that the entire experience is consistently good throughout. I mean, this game is very important to Microsoft and the Halo community. You need to delay it just because this game isn't a system seller right now. You can't say this is like God of War, and it's like, oh my god, it's the next incarnation of this series. It's like, no, it still feels like, it almost feels like it was a yearly release that they made in 2016, and they just delayed until now. Now, of course, we've only seen a small slice of the game, but I think that we do need to delay this game just to boost it a little bit. I don't know what they can do to make this game look better, but you gotta delay it. You gotta iron out a lot of these details, even if you can't get the graphics like high tier because it's a cross-gen game. Pull something like Breath of the Wild or something, like manipulate the art style to make it look great. I mean, Halo 3 is so old, but it still looks amazing because of the art style. I just think they need to hone in on their art style and, make it beautiful. I mean, not have all these hexagon things on the side of cliffs and stuff. Just get rid of that. And I don't think that they can reasonably get it to that level in 4 months. Now, I think theoretically they could, but that's on to my next point, and that's the whole idea of crunch culture. Now, I've seen a lot of people in the community saying, oh, they can make this game look better. Look at what they did between, Halo 3 beta and release. Oh, look at Halo 2 and when it released. But that is because the people at Bungie worked their asses off, and they made a game, sleeping maybe 4 hours, like every 5 days or something crazy, like staying in the studio, crunching that game. And I don't want that to continue for 343. Now, Bungie, yeah, they are miracle workers, but we have to remember that the people making these games, they're just people, and especially in this environment we're in right now, with like the pandemic and everything, like I think that, their families are more important, and that I don't want them to crunch, day and night for this game. I want them to have their development cycle that they should have. These employees are employees, and they shouldn't be being worked by management to death, to the point where, they're leaving the company and leaving these kind of Glassdoor reviews. They need to get rid of this crunch culture in gaming, because while it can lead to quality, we're acting like everybody in the game industry is like Leonardo da Vinci, but most of these people, they're just, game developers going to work. I mean, yes, they're artists, but they're people with lives, and we need to, respect that. So they can theoretically get this game looking beautiful in 4 months, but it's just the cost of that kind of crunch versus what we're getting. We don't need this game right now. We can wait a little bit longer, especially with everything going on. Just push this game back like 7 months, because you're gonna work these employees, and it's just not the kind of work environment that I want video games to be known for. And I certainly don't want Halo Infinite to be known as like the next Anthem and be a buggy mess when it releases. I want it to be, you know, a solid game that people can admire. So, yeah, that's really all I had to talk about today. Basically, Halo Infinite needs to get delayed. I think that they could theoretically make the game look beautiful in 4 months if they use crunch tactics, but I don't want them to do that. We don't need this game right now. We can delay it. It may even be better to delay it because we got like Cyberpunk and everything coming out. And it's not even it's not even an exclusive to the Series X, and a lot of people probably aren't going to get a Series X right now just because money issues. So, yeah, just push the game back like 7 months. We want quality, but we don't want these employees to be, abused by the system, basically. But, yeah, a little bit more of a serious video, but, I just wanted to get my thoughts out there. So this was Destauch. If you have any thoughts on this, please leave them in the comments. And if you liked the video, please like it, and if you really liked it, try subscribing. This was Destauch, and I'll see you in the next one. Destauch out.